We live in a universe that responds to what we believe in. Everything is energy. Your thought begins with it, your emotions amplify it, and your action increases its momentum. What you think, you become. What you feel, you attract, and what you imagine, you create. Just as the saying goes, we humans have created an entity called luck. Human beings have a tendency to put blame on others to justify the ups and downs of the human hardship. Luck has, unfortunately, become one of the key victims to shoulder this blame. So, what is luck, you may ask? As one of the definitions goes, luck is simply success or failure apparently brought by chance rather than through one's own actions. A welcome gift, one may even call it. Let me tell you a story. A woman named Stella observed that her luck started when she happened to come across a newspaper article describing how a man had won several impressive competition prizes. In the article showcasing his achievements, he said that it was just simple, plain hard work and luck. Stella therefore decided to enter a competition and surprisingly won 3 sports bikes. Let us take another example of Lee. Lee's father was a landscape gardener, and as a young man, Lee would often help him out at work. His father once asked him to out on a particularly difficult job. Lee didn't really want to go but felt that he should. He went along and thus met the woman of his dream and instantly fell in love. Lee knew that they were made for one another, and his gut feeling proved to be uncannily accurate. They have been happily married for over 25 years. Or another example, Ronald was always a curious child. This trait stayed with him from his childhood to adulthood. One hot summer, he was in the middle of running an errand for his mother when he found a thrown lottery ticket, and surprisingly, he won the second prize. But if we observe this scenario, we will find that it wasn't anything else that helped him find this ticket. It was him, his curiosity, that made him pick it up, examine it, and have the heart to look for the winning number of the other day's lottery, even though he knew his number, just like many more, was nothing but a drop in the ocean. But still he tried. Whenever we hear stories like these, the first thing that comes in our mind are the words like luck, destiny, etc. But is it all that it is? Is luck truly some sort of mystical force that makes you do things in a certain manner? Or is it the planets, as some might believe, that influences your actions? If you're one of those people who feel lucky on one hand and unlucky on the other and want to know how luck works and whether or not you can control it, then this video is for you. This is Mindelysium and you're watching I Luck. Moving on to the topic, I'll answer that. Now, luck is neither a mystical force nor the influence of any planet or any invisible force. Rather, it is a state of mind. But since luck is a state of mind, then why is that not everyone is lucky? If we observe things more carefully from the above examples, we realize that this luck was a situation that these 3 people had created for themselves in their own different ways. Not one of the 3 who walked out of the door expected that day to be as grand as it did. They all 3 did completely different things, but they all 3 still became lucky. But there's one common point that all 3 of them did. Stella, Lee, and Ronald created and acted upon chance opportunities in their life. To know more about luck, Professor Dr. Richard Weissman conducted a 10-year-long research and found out that lucky people follow few principles that give them a lucky state of mind. First principle can be said, lucky people create, notice, and act upon the chance opportunities in their life. Just like Stella and Ronald did, they simply made an opportunity for themselves that helped them encounter the benefits. Stella took the chance by taking an initiative to enter the competition, while Ronald took the chance of picking up a ticket that could very well be useless. The thing between these 2 people was the fact that they took an action, which may or may not have any guarantee for success. They did not see it as a confirmed action for success or any wealth, but they only dared hope. Principle 2. Lucky people make successful decisions by using their intuition and gut feelings. They listen, believe, and follow their gut feeling and hunches to take steps to boost their intuition. Just take a look at a young man Lee. Even though he did not want to go to work, he listened to his gut feeling and followed his heart. Now, he is indescribably happy with the love of his life. Principle 3. Lucky people's expectations about the future help them fulfill their dreams and ambition. Lucky people expect their good luck to continue in the future. They attempt to achieve their goals, even if the chances of success seems slim. They persevere in the face of failure. Ronald's curiosity that made him pick up the fallen lottery ticket also informed him that it was a chance encounter, that he may or may not have the chance of winning anyway, but he still took the chance. This can be attributed to the fact that the people who are more positive, or in other words lucky, expect good things to happen. They do not limit the opportunities they have today because of their past. If they encounter any bad or unlucky situation, they simply take it as a bad moment. They have learned that the mistakes of the past helps them develop rather than something that holds them back. Principle 4. Lucky people are able to transfer the bad luck into good fortune. Lucky people see the positive side of the bad luck. They are convinced that any ill fortune in their life will, in the long run, work out for the best, and they do not dwell on the ill fortune. Constructive steps to prevent more bad luck in the future. Simply means that they learn from past mistakes instead of avoiding it in the future. Unlucky people are convinced, on the other hand, that they are going to fail and so often don't bother to try very hard. In contrast, lucky people are sure of success and are happy to persevere. The key difference between lucky and unlucky people are more or less their attitudes, especially in these 5 dimensions: agreeableness, conscientious, extroversion, neuroticism, and openness. There were quite a few differences between people who considered themselves lucky and those who considered themselves unlucky. Lucky people score much higher than unlucky people on extroversion. Extroversion dramatically increases the possibility of a lucky chance encounter by meeting a large number of people in their daily lives. The more people they meet, the greater opportunity they have of running into someone who could have a positive effect on their life. Lucky people score much lower autism than unlucky people. Lucky people tend to be more relaxed than most. They are more likely to notice change opportunities. Lucky people see what there is rather than trying to find what they want to see. As a result, they are far more receptive to any opportunities that arise naturally. Lucky people make good decisions without knowing why, whereas unlucky people's decisions tend to result in failure and despair. This is because of the gut feeling that we have within us, or rather our intuition. And it matters. How? We are often driven by our unconsciousness, and this affects our decision-making process. Our intuition is the ability to understand something instinctively without the need of conscious reasoning, and more often than not is right, as compared to people who ignore it and later come to regret it. And I could say more, but it all comes down to a few more factors. First comes to the redefining of the word luck. Luck is a situation that we create. It is the moment where hard work meets opportunity. Second is the ability and willingness to grow. To grow means to leave all our past behind, not cling on to the things that are out of our control, and to embrace the future. Things might be bad now, but your constant criticism isn't going to get any better. So, take a chance and develop a positive mindset and start to think in a manner that every opportunity that you have is the best you'll ever get, and learn to make the best out of it. Third, it is the fact that you'll encounter many failures. Want to succeed? Fall in love with failure, because you will, as learning something new guarantees failure. We must not let it be a setback. There is always a lesson behind every failure. We have always been too muddled up in the race to win that we have never taken the opportunity to know what we have learned from the loss. These things, my friend, have always been in the world. It was just that we did not have taken the time to observe it before. The losses and the gains all can be beneficial if we learn the value of things. Luck has never been a magical existence. It was just an opportunity that you had created for yourself. You made your day to day decision. Another thing to keep in mind is the fact that good and bad moments have always existed in our lives. It is just a matter of how we perceive them and when we encounter them. One little bad thing in the morning mustn't have the power to make it a bad day. Things in the past should never hold us down from the future we want. It's scary, I agree, but it's worth it. If we don't have the courage to change, we must not dare to dream. But if we want to change, then we must dare to do it. And things like changing does not mean big and immediate victories. It means winning your battles at your pace, however small it is. Hardships are different for everyone and everyone has different ways to solve it. We must not give up and persevere with a positive attitude. So guys, if you like my video and take on luck, then please like, share and subscribe. Any questions or want to share any stories or tales you might have, then please comment down below. We'll be honored to have your story. So, until then my friends, it's goodbye.